Hi there, my name's Heather. Welcome to your 30-minute prenatal yoga class. Before we get started, you'll want to pause the video and make sure you have your yoga mat, a comfy blanket, and then as many pillows as you'd like. We're going to use those for some props and to get cushiony. If you have a pregnancy pillow at home that you use when you're sleeping, that might be also a really good prop to grab. So go ahead and pause the video, grab your stuff, and then we'll get started. We're going to start in Baddha Konasana today. So seated with heels to touch and knees out wide. You can come and have just a seat on your blanket, or if you like to prop yourself up with some pillows here, you can do that as well. You can bring heels as close to or as far from you as you need, and you can even bring some of those pillows underneath your knees for extra support. So once you've found a nice place with the legs where you can relax, just bring one hand to your heart, one hand to baby, and close down your eyes. More comfortable for you, you can also rest both hands right on the belly, connect with baby. You can even let both hands just be heavy down by your side or resting on your legs. We'll find a little stillness to start. Simply focusing on the breath, feeling it flow in and out of your body. Just noticing the pace of the breath. Notice anywhere you're holding tension, specifically your face, and see if you can release it. Before we get into our movement, we'll have a little pranayama practice, breathing practice. And we'll start with square breathing today. Begin with an exhale, emptying out the air as much as you can. And then breathe in for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, count down from 4. Hold and count down from 4. Exhale, count from 4. Hold, count down from 4. Inhale, count of 4, or maybe even 5 this time. Continue that pattern, holding and breathing in and out for the same amount of counts. Take one more full cycle. So complete another inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Imagining the breath filtering through the body, surrounding baby, and then leaving your body. Once you complete your final cycle, just resume normal breathing. And let's let our hands melt down, either resting on our shins or knees or down by our side. Slowly begin to blink open your eyes. Wiggle your toes and your fingertips. And to roll out the neck. Just go in one direction. Very slight movements. Gaze up, ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to shoulder, gaze back up. One more time this direction. And once your gaze is up, we'll reverse directions. Taking full breaths, smooth, slow movement. Ear to shoulder, gaze up, ear to shoulder, chin to chest. One more full cycle of rolling it out. Your gaze comes up and we'll switch directions once more, but begin to add in the upper body. Making little soupy rolls, little movements with the upper body. Maybe the hands assist by gripping the shins or the knees. So just moving from the hips, rotating around in a circle, big or small circles, your choice. And then we'll reverse directions. And the head can kind of move along with it. I'm going to stay nice and straight with the spine. One more rotation around. Come up to a nice tall seat. We'll reach our arms up overhead as we inhale, gaze come up. Exhale, reach forward and then down either for the feet or next to the feet. And we'll come forward, dropping our belly inside of our legs. You can use the arms here for support. You can also bring in any of your props at any time and use those to rest down on as well. Depending on how thick your pillows are, maybe grab a few. I'll take 4 big deep breaths here. Feeling the stretch on our outer hips, maybe a little in the inner hips as well. And we'll slowly roll back up. Set all of your props off to the side. If you have them, you can keep that blanket under you though. And slowly begin to lean back, lean into the hands, fingertips point towards you, and then lift the legs. You can also use your hands to gently lift your knees up. Maybe drop them side to side. You stay right where you are. I'm just gonna turn. Then plant your feet down, knees are up, little bend in the elbow, big breath in, and lift your hips up. Maybe they come as high as your knees, maybe your head drops back, a little reverse tabletop. Nice breath in here, easy breath out. One more breath in, slowly lower it down. We'll shift the legs behind us and come into a tabletop. Hands and knees can be on the blankets or maybe just knees. You can even roll the blanket up a little bit more for more cushion. And just shift side to side. Let's go ahead and untuck those toes too. Shifting it side to side. Nice neutral spine. You get to walk the hands an inch or so forward. Let the fingertips open up to the side as the fingertip or the pointer finger points forward. And then extend your right toes back. Press into the mat with the toes and shift it forward and back. Getting a nice stretch across the back of your leg. Maybe you even hold that heel back if that feels nice. Two more breaths here. Maybe finding that movement if it feels good. Rock your shoulders over your wrists and then slowly float the right heel up. Those toes are still pointed down and hips are still square to your mat. Take a nice big breath in here. Lift that heel up. Exhale, slowly swing it in to meet the left knee. Drop it down into tabletop. Send your left toes back. They're curled under. My toes might be hiding behind these pillows. Tuck those toes. Rock it forward and back. As you do this, press the mat away with your hands so that your chest and your shoulders lift up and away from the mat instead of sinking down. Maybe you hold, a little static hold, press the heel down and back. Come back to movement maybe. A couple options here. On an inhale, shift the weight forward into your hand, shoulders over wrists, and float the left heel up. Flex through your foot, point those toes straight down. Lifting just enough to keep the hips square. Don't want them to open on this one. Big breath in. Hold here for the exhale. Another breath in. Exhale, slowly bring that knee in and down. Take your knees nice and wide. Maybe as wide as your mat, big toes to touch. And sink back into a child's pose. Now this can be a nice modified child's pose. If you're able, you can come all the way down. Rest your forehead down. You can also bring those props in. Maybe move the blanket out of the way for this one if it's rolled up. And then just reach the arms over the props. Let the forehead rest here, bringing the floor up to you. Two more big breaths. Feel your lower back fill with air. Feel it rise. On the exhale, feel your hips sink down into your heels. and inhale, slowly come back up. Move your props off to the side. Come into a little bit of a modified tabletop. So instead of wrists under shoulders, we're going to walk them about a foot or so forward. Tuck your toes under, and then lift your hips all the way up and back for down dog. You can find stillness here, or you can lift and lower your heels, bend at the knees, maybe even shift the hips. No matter what option you've chosen for your lower body, see if you can press your ears in between your arms and pull your chest back towards your legs. Begin to walk your feet out to the edges of your mat. Nice wide leg, downward dog. Nice bend in the knees. And then slowly begin to walk your hands towards your feet. Big bend in the knees so your hands are on the ground. You can always bring props in here as well. Again, to lift the ground up to you. Keep a bend in the knees. Wherever you're at with the hands, props, whatnot, let the head just drop down. Let it be really heavy. Maybe you feel your chin come into your chest. Shake the head no. Nod it yes. If it feels safe, you can grab opposite elbows and arms. Have a little sway side to side. Moving at the hips here, lower body's nice and still. And release, find stillness. Let the arms go. And we'll come up to standing. Nice and slow. Walk the feet together, big toes touch. Hands just come to low back, interlace those fingers, press the palms, punch the knuckles down, big breath in and lift the chest up. Send the gaze back. Just squeezing the shoulder blades, lifting the heart up and forward. Big breath in. Exhale, release. Swing the arms. Let's walk to the center of our mats. Bring our feet out wide. Heels and toes out. Big breath in. Open the arms really wide. Send the chest up and forward. Let baby come forward. And then slowly fold down and bend into the knees. Drop the head. And then begin to shift the weight down into Malasana. So coming down into a yogi squat, elbows inside the legs and palms press at heart center. Another really good place to bring in those props. Put a little bit of weight into your props and just allow the hips to open up. Take a few breaths here. Bring your gaze up and then maybe close down your eyes. Just want our chin lifted parallel to the earth rather than tucking into the chest or lifting up to the sky. Nice and even so the neck is in line with our spine. Full breath in, steady breath out. Another breath in. And we exhale. Blink open the eyes. If they're closed down. Remove any props, just shifting them off to the side if you have them. Bring your hands behind you. Rock back. You can always have a seat down if in this transition, or you can keep the hips lifted. Walk the feet parallel to the hips, and then inhale, lift up into that reverse tabletop once again. Maybe let the head drop. You can always keep the hips on the ground as well, and just let the head drop down and back. If you're lifted, slowly lower down. Peel the head back up. We'll stay here, walk the feet out a little bit further, and then reach the right leg up, cross it over the left, and then open the right knee. Coming into a seated pigeon or seated figure four. And you can walk that left foot in if you'd like, or you can leave it extended nice and long. If the bend in the knee is also too much, you can always extend it all the way down. And just let this knee, the right knee, be heavy and drop down. Nice bend in the elbows to keep you supported and those muscles turned on. One more breath in. And a breath out. And we'll switch legs. Lifting our left ankle and crossing it over our right thigh just above our knee. And then finding what works best on this side. Knowing that the exact position might be a little bit different than what you experienced on the other side. So this side might be more comfortable with the right leg fully extended, letting the left knee drop open. Or maybe it's comfortable with that bent knee, bringing it a little closer into the chest. Big breath in here. Let it go. One more inhale. And exhale, let's switch it out. Extend both legs and walk yourself back up to a nice tall seat. If you'd like, you can bring a blanket back in. Have a little seat on that blanket. Adjust the height. Legs are extended. Hands just press and release the fingers and roll out the wrists. Just rolling in one direction. And we'll switch directions. Continue the deep breaths. And then switch the cross of the fingers. So still interlace, opposite thumb on top. And we'll begin to take waves with the arms. So getting into the wrists a little bit more. This might feel weird with your non-natural grip. And then we'll switch directions. Just rolling these waves, getting into the wrists. Big breath. And release. Shake it out. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead and find a steeple grip with the hands. Big breath in here. Exhale, tilt over to the right side. Just a little tilt, little side stretch. See if you can pull that left shoulder back. Bring the chin up. Full breath in. Exhale. Inhale through center. Exhale over to the left side. So just thinking about pushing that right hip further to the right and pulling the right shoulder back. Still want both legs glued evenly to the ground below you. Full breath in. Easy breath out. Inhale through center. Exhale, let those arms come down. Shake them side to side. Bring in your props. You might want them for this one. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, reach forward and reach for those toes. Now, I know some of you mamas haven't been able to reach all the way to your toes for quite some time. So that's why we have our props. Bring it in here. Let the arms rest down. And then just find a little curve in your back. Chin to chest. Let the head be heavy. If you want a little more stretch in the legs, you can energetically flex through your feet. Press the heels forward. Get a stretch in the back of the legs. Or you can really point strongly through your toes. Get a stretch through the tops of your legs and your ankles. Just allow your body to curl forward as much as you are able. Take a nice full breath in. Easy breath out. Slowly begin to lift up. We'll send the props off to the side. One more little heart opener, hands behind. Take the interlace of the fingers, press the palms. Lift the chest up as the knuckles press down. One more breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale. Exhale, release. Bring in the pillows that you have. Maybe if you have your pregnancy pillow, we can bring that in now. And begin to bring those to the edges of your mat. Hopefully your legs are long on your mat, so I'll switch to that. Make sure there's one pillow up by your side and one about in the middle. We'll begin to rotate onto our left or right side, your choice. Bend the knees and slowly come down onto your side for your Shavasana. You can bring a pillow in between the knees, and then of course one maybe under the arm, under the head, to rest down on your side. As you get comfortable here, go ahead and just bring one hand to baby. Find a few deep breaths. Maybe begin to let the breath shallow. Just rest here. Maybe you come back to that square breathing that we tried at the beginning of class. Inhaling for a set of counts. Holding for a set of counts. Exhaling for a set of counts. And then holding at the bottom. It's a really great breathing technique to help you focus and find a sense of calmness. stay right here in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. But whenever you're ready, just use one hand to slowly help you press up. Take all of the time you need. Maybe you come into a gentle seat. Bring your hands to heart center. Press your thumb into your chest. Feel your heartbeat. And then bring one hand to your heart, one hand to baby. Feel the connection. Take a final inhale and a final exhale. And bring your hands to heart center to seal your practice. Taking this time for self-care is so important. But when you're growing a human, it's even more special. Cherish that time. Take it as often as you need. From my mind, heart, soul, and body to yours, namaste.